No, we don't have to pay for our commute flight, but we fly on what's called standby. So basically, if there's a empty seat, we'll get that seat. Only if there's an empty seat, though. I've only had a regular on my plane once, but I have heard of it happening quite a bit. We don't have union dues. United gave you the can of Coke Zero. Oh yeah, it's because Coke Zero and Diet Coke takes so long to fizz down that it's easier to just give you the can. What? So if there's no seats available and I'm trying to commute, then I have to have, we have a commuter's policy and we have to have a backup plan, so a backup flight. And then if that flight's full and we don't get on, then we just show proof that we attempted 2 times and then it gets waived as long as we don't have, there's only a certain amount that we can have. I'm based out of Seattle. Yeah, our non-work policy is by seniority, which I kind of like because there's a lot of times that I'm last minute getting on a flight. I wouldn't say last minute, but like maybe like I've had to book a flight 30 minutes before they started releasing seats, and thankfully I've gotten a seat because of my seniority, which I know is not fair to everyone else who is listed 24 hours in advance, but hey, that's what our policy is. So yeah, the commuter thing can be tough. I don't think I'll commute for the rest of my life, but also it's just become like a part of my routine, so I don't really know any different. So Spokane is about 250 miles east of Seattle, so it's about a 4.5-hour drive if I were to drive it. But in the winter it can be tough because like we have a pass that we have to go over and it closes, so I'm only 1 year in. Yes, I do have Instagram. There's a link in my bio, or it's my name, Caitlin.Tritt, and my last name. When do I get to move? Whenever I want. I'm thinking I'm gonna see how this summer goes commuting when it gets crazy, and then I will move based on that. I'm from Washington State. Oh, private charter. I've heard of that. I gotta look into that. That sounds fun. Ooh, 13-hour flight tips. Bring an iPad or like a laptop so that you can download your own movies, because depending on what airline you're with, they might not have a selection that you want, but just, or even like a show, something that'll keep you engaged. You could like bring an eye mask so that you can sleep, one of the head pillows for sure, just so that you have something to rest your head on too. Make sure you're wearing like layers, because a lot of times planes, this goes for everybody, like planes can be cold. So I don't know, some people come to the plane like they just got back from Mexico and the plane is so cold, and then they're asking us for blankets. So definitely wear layers on the plane for sure. I have not been to UK. No, I don't have a route. It's just random. Oh, hi from Alaska. I bet it's so chilly there right now. My commute flight is usually only 30 to 50 minutes depending on the day and the route that they take. So it's very short. It's under an hour. I can usually get from my house to the airport to Seattle Airport within 2 hours. Hi from Germany. How do you become a flight attendant? All I did was I went on airlines websites, and then I went under their careers, and then I searched for the flight attendant specific link, and I clicked that, followed the application, and if they were not hiring at the time, most airlines on their website will actually have an option where you put in your email, and then they will email you as soon as applications open up. And usually applications are only open for a couple days, so it's super smart to go onto the website and actually put in your email so that they can email you when they're open again. Do flights feel shorter when I'm working them? Yes, absolutely. just because we have service, you know, we're doing like water walks and coffee walks. We're picking up things you guys want to dispose of. I'm talking to passengers, figuring out where my passengers are going, how much time they have, where I'm going next. So there's a lot going through my mind and just a lot happening. I would say a lot of the red eyes that I work where all the passengers are asleep, things can be a little bit more tricky in sense of time going by fast just because there's not as much to do. I personally don't love working red eyes, but I will do it. No, I don't get to pick and choose my flights. I get to pick and choose if I want to pick up flights though, so before becoming a flight attendant, I was teaching preschool. I was teaching for 3 years, and then I actually worked at Disney World for a year during that, and then I did this. How many days a week do I work? It's different every single month, every single week. I will say last week I only worked 1 day. This week I have 3 days off, and then next week I have 4 days off. Like, it's just different every week. Yeah, I haven't been working that much. What flight route do I get the most? I just bid for flights that are like commutable, something that I can go to work the same day and then fly home the same day that I get back. So a lot of times I don't have the same route, if that makes sense. Plus our routes change a lot depending on the seasons. We have more flights going somewhere, less flights going somewhere. So depending on what time of year it is, our routes change too. I've never been to Boston. It pays well in my opinion for what I need and for where I'm at. I can't really touch on the pay too much. No, I wouldn't say the looks matter when you're applying. Just look professional. Put yourself together in a professional way. I've never been to Charlotte, no. I've heard good things though about Charlotte. Oh, you're a gate agent? I could never do a gate agent's job. So much praise to you guys.